The key is building resilience, and we do that by strengthening the core and moving the joints, but also nourishing the nerves. And when you're talking about back pain and sciatica and core strengthening, you want to make sure we're doing all of those things. These exercises I go over with my patients to improve the strength in their back and sciatica symptoms if they have any, but we need to do it in a very particular way. And so what people really want is to be able to do it in a way that isn't going to make them worse. And that's why I'm going to go over these exercises, 7 exercises that I often do with a Swiss ball or exercise ball to improve your core strength when you have back pain or sciatica. But the key is going to be listening to what I say, because I'm going to go over some nuances and some ways to modify to make sure that you're not going to make things worse. That's what we all want. We want to improve strength and improve resiliency without actually making you feel worse. So listen to the nuances and details, because after 10 years of doing this, I know what you need to do to make sure that you're staying safe. So we're going to go over ways that you can improve strength in your core, but also stay safe at the same time. So these 7 exercises are going to be focusing on relieving pain, improving mobility, and improving core strength. We're going to be doing all of those. So it's going to be important for you to make sure you do all of them. Those are just each separate pieces of the puzzle. When you put them together and while you're doing core strength and at the same time, that's going to give you your long-term relief and resiliency. So make sure you grab your Swiss ball or exercise ball. This is the 65 centimeter version. I'll put the link in the description. It needs to be about this size. On average, most people fit on this ball fairly well. And it's just the best size that I have found to complete the core strengthening safely. So if you already have it, great. If you don't have it, make sure you pick one up. Now I'm going to be going over these different exercises. They're going to be on the floor. We're going to improve nerve health and lower back mobility and strength in your core at the exact same time. So let's get started here with our first one. It's going to be a decompression movement of the spine. So we're going to relieve some pressure first. Okay, so let's get started. This is a decompression or traction of the back first. So it's going to help relieve some pressure off the nerves. It's going to make you feel good. It's part of using this Swiss ball and improving core strength. If you're the type that likes to have a PDF handout for these exercises, check the description. So you're going to lay on the ball. You're going to relax your head, your elbows, your knees, your lower back, and you're just going to relax here, right? And so to get to the core strengthening, we need to improve some pain and mobility first. This is a decompression technique, and I recommend you start by lying here for 1 minute. Enjoy that stretch. And now if you're able to relax your body completely, you should feel a good pull or decompression in your lower back. Whew, this feels good. I can feel it decompressing. Now I've already done some exercises this morning, so I feel a little loose at the moment, but if you try to do these exercises when you're feeling stiff, I promise you, you're going to feel it in your lower back. So let's start off with a 1 minute hold with this decompression to relieve some pressure in your lower back and nerves. Now feel free to go longer than a minute, or also feel free to go shorter than a minute. It's based off of your body and what feels good. And a part of this series of exercises with the Swiss ball, we're going to leverage this ball so we can improve our strength and mobility and pain all at the same time, and while not making things worse. So our first one was a decompression, and now we're going to move into a rollout. And so if you have, let's say, stiff knees and you can't get into this squat position, you could do this while sitting down in a chair as well. But you're just going to roll the ball out and feel your back stretch and come back up. Now to do proper core strengthening, we need to establish our intent and warm up our body first. It's about being efficient and effective. And so with this rollout technique, I'm going to have you do it 10 times for about a 2-second hold and just feel that lower back relax. Now the little nuance here is that if you have any discomfort, don't go into that range. And so if right there is as far as you can go, that's completely fine. But 10 or 12 reps or so for a 2-second hold is plenty enough time for you to start to feel some mobility improvement in your back. Now, if you want to level it up, and let's say you have right-sided lower back pain, feel free to go to the left a little bit. Or if you have left-sided lower back pain, feel free to go to the right. And if you're doing it right, and what I notice when I treat my patients is that the first rep feels a little stiff, but then by rep 10, oh, you're feeling better and it just feels good for your body. Oh, man, it feels really good. So we've decompressed, we've improved mobility, and now it's going to be time to get into some of the heavier core strengthening. But what the good news is that we're going to go over how to do it safely, and so you don't push it too much, but you do enough to make some change in your core strength. So let's get right into the strengthening. So we just finished with our stretches. We're gonna go into the strengthening, but I have to tell you this first. There's a difference between pain and pressure. When I'm doing this exercise, you're gonna feel pressure in your lower back and core, but that doesn't necessarily mean pain. Pain is when you stop the exercise and you still have a lingering discomfort in your back. We don't want that. So as we're going with our exercise here, this is a rollout exercise. You're gonna come up to tall kneeling. You're gonna keep your arms and elbows very straight and slowly start to roll out. Right there is when I really feel my core activating. You see me shaking there? I'm not making that up. It is tough. And so if you can only go here at first, that's fine. Just listen to your body, roll out until you feel pressure in your abs. You're gonna hold there for a good 5 seconds and come back. Now I can feel some pressure in my knees, so feel free to put a pad there or a pillow. You're gonna roll out, 5-second hold, and you're going to do a 10 to a dozen of those. Now, most often people feel a little bit of pressure in their back, which is okay. Pressure is okay. But a lot of times people are just going to feel their core really start to fire up. Now, core strengthening is such an important component to improving back pain and resiliency and sciatica. But it's not the only thing. If you're looking for the complete package, you may want to check out my book, which goes over nourishing the nerves and improving mobility over an 8-week time span, which may be a great resource for you. It's called Revision Sciatica. It's great. So we just finished with the core strengthening, first core strengthening exercise, which is the rollout here, okay? You're gonna do 10 to a dozen of those. You're gonna do that for about 3 to 5 second hold, and then we're gonna move on to the next exercise, which is called stir the pot. Again, this Swiss ball is really great, or exercise ball, because it adds that element of stability, which means it adds an element of difficulty. So the stir the pot, you're gonna go into a plank position on the ball, and you're gonna do little clockwise and counterclockwise circles. Whew, this isn't bad. I feel a little bit of pressure in my core, but I can do 20 circles here. Now, your first couple weeks of doing this, it's gonna be tough. You're gonna be sore in your abs after you get done with this. And that's for an important reason, because we want to improve our core strength and our abdominal strength, because that is a key component to improving back pain and sciatica. We're doing this safely in that you control how much you do. So if you can only do 5 reps at first, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But by weeks 3 and 4 and 5, you're gonna notice that you can do more repetitions with cleaner form. And when that happens, you just level it up, baby. We go into the full plank and we go into the full core strengthening stir the pot, which is definitely a challenge. But I promise you, I've had patients in their 50s and 60s and 70s do this, but they work their way up to it. So don't skip any steps. Put in the time and effort, improve your core strength, and go from there. The reason why it's so hard is because when you have pain for a long period of time, your abdominals and lower back muscles actually fill in with fat instead of muscle. It's called fatty infiltrate. And the more infiltrate you have, the less strength you have. And these exercises reverse that. They actually give you more muscle mass and give you cleaner images, and it gives you less fatty infiltrate, which results to more strength and less pain. You're not going to notice a big bulk, but what you notice is a change in composition and strength. So notice that as you go through the weeks of improving the core strengthening and that you're getting stronger. That is exactly what should happen. So we've worked on mobility, we've worked on strength. Now we're gonna be lying on our back and finishing off the exercises there. Okay, so let's finish off with our last 3 here. So we did all of them on our hands and knees first. Now we're gonna lie on the ground, use a pillow if you need to. But now we're gonna work on some of that posterior chain strength in the lower back. Remember, the lower back is part of the core. Your core is the cylinder, so you got front, back, and sides, and we're working all of those today. So you're gonna lay on your back, you're gonna straighten your legs, slight bend in the knees, do not lock them out, there's no need to do that, and then you're gonna lift up your hips. Now, easier it is, the hands down. Harder it is, hands across the chest. Let's say you lift up and you feel pressure in your back. Well, you're supposed to feel pressure. We're working your back, it's part of your core. So you live in the pressure zone, but no pain. So let's say, for example, I lift, I feel good there, but then I have pain here. Then don't go there. Just lift up till you feel your hamstrings and lower back work. 2 sets of 12 here is ideal. You're going to lift that butt off the ground, squeeze those glutes. You're gonna feel your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back fire all at once. And guess what muscles you need to walk better and withstand gravity better? Your hamstrings, glute, and lower back. So there is a purpose to all of this. Couple sets of 12, extending that back off the ground. The stability ball just adds that next element of difficulty so you can get that really good improvement in core strength. Now, your 2 sets of 12 there. After you get done with that, you're gonna go right into the hamstring curl, which is going to be here and out. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I'm just strengthening my hamstrings. Well, the key thing here is going high enough to maybe you feel a little lower back stretch. Now we extend and come back up. Oh. And what I feel here is my hamstrings work, and then I get a little lower back stretch. It's nice to give that back some love after we get done doing some heavier strengthening. Guess how many reps here? A couple sets of 12. 2 sets of 12 has been shown to be that good area between hypertrophy and strength, so size and strength. We're reducing that fatty infiltrate, giving you some strength and endurance into your core, because these muscles fire all day long and you need them to work well in order to be well and do the things you want to do in your life. Now, we do the hamstring curls. If you want to level it up, lift your hips, extend, and come back up. Ugh. I'm only going to demonstrate a few reps here because I just did these the other day and I'm sore. Couple sets of 12 total. Now work up to it. I've shown you some variations that you can use this workout not only now, but 6 weeks from now as you're getting stronger. There's always ways to level it up. And if you have any questions regarding leveling up, just put it underneath the video. I'll get to that. So we worked on the hips lift. We've worked on the hamstring and the posterior strength. Now time to get to the core. Actually, the abdominals. We've been working the core the whole time. So ball between the knees. Ready? Now you're going to hold here. What's going to be key is keeping your lower back flat on the ground. You're going to go and tap those feet to the ground and come back up. I feel my core firing. I feel everything firing. This is evil. I only do like 8 of these. I'm just kidding. 2 sets of 12. That's what you need to do. Up and down, up and down. Ugh. What's great is you're getting that lower abdominal, you're getting lower back work, you're getting core work. Feels really good. I'm actually getting a bit of a foot cramp here. Oh. All right, to make it easier, you can just take the ball away and just hold it and go up and down like this. Or you can make it harder by putting that ball in between your feet and tapping it there. Ways to make it harder, that's great. Always rely on PT to make it harder. Okay, so we've done a bit of everything. We've nourished the nerves, we've nourished the lower back, we've improved mobility, then we followed up with some ideal and effective core strengthening in a way that's not going to make you feel worse. It's going to give you some strength. Remember, pressure is good, but pain is not. So avoid the pain, kind of lean into the pressure, do these a couple times a week for the next 6 weeks, progress when you're ready into harder exercises, and then understand you're going to have the payout of the investment of doing these exercises. You're going to walk better, you're going to feel better, it's going to be well worth it. Now, if you're the type that likes the PDF handout, check the description, I'll put that in there. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's exercises using this Swiss ball or exercise ball to help level up your core strengthening when you have back pain or sciatica. And as always, guys, stay healthy, keep moving, and take care of yourself.